Have you ever wondered if your partner is losing interest in the relationship? Maintaining a healthy and fulfilling relationship requires a deep understanding of each other's needs, desires, and emotions. One crucial aspect of this understanding is recognizing the signs of disinterest. Unfortunately, many of us overlook or ignore these signs, leading to feelings of resentment, frustration, and even heartbreak. Understanding the signs of disinterest is essential for building a strong foundation of trust, communication, and emotional intimacy in our relationships. By being aware of these signs, we can address any underlying issues, strengthen our bond, and create a more loving and supportive environment. In today's video, we'll explore the common signs of disinterest in relationships, how to recognize them, and what you can do to address them. Whether you're in a romantic relationship, a friendship, or a family bond, this information will help you foster deeper connections and emotional well-being. Let's dive in with an open mind and a willingness to reflect on our relationships. You don't need any specific tools for this, but if you have a journal, it might be helpful in noting your observations. Recognizing signs of disinterest requires a certain level of self-awareness and honesty. Be prepared to ask yourself some tough questions and confront some uncomfortable truths. Remember, this is a journey of growth and discovery, and it's essential to approach it with empathy and understanding. As we explore these signs, keep in mind that everyone is unique, and what might be a red flag for one person might not be the same for another. The key is to pay attention to the changes in behavior, communication, and emotional connection. With that said, let's start with one of the most common signs of disinterest: lack of communication. When someone starts to lose interest, they might begin to withdraw from conversations or show less enthusiasm in discussing topics that were once exciting to them. This can manifest in shorter responses, fewer texts or calls, or avoiding discussions altogether. For example, let's say you used to talk to your partner about your daily routines, but now they seem uninterested or even dismissive. They might respond with short answers or not ask questions about your day. This lack of engagement can be a subtle but significant sign of disinterest. Another sign is emotional distance. When someone starts to pull away, they might become less emotionally available, less supportive, or less empathetic. This can be devastating, especially if you're used to being vulnerable and open with your partner. Imagine you're going through a tough time, and your partner seems unbothered or uninterested in your feelings. They might not offer words of comfort, or worse, they might not even ask how you're doing. This emotional distance can create a sense of disconnection and isolation. Changes in behavior are also a significant indicator of disinterest. When someone starts to lose interest, they might start to prioritize other things over the relationship. They might spend more time with friends, work longer hours, or pursue new hobbies without including you. For instance, your partner might start to go out with friends more frequently, leaving you alone for extended periods. They might not invite you to join them or show interest in your activities. This shift in priorities can be a sign that they're no longer invested in the relationship. Sometimes, people might exhibit a sense of indifference or a going through the motions attitude. They might still participate in activities or conversations, but their heart isn't in it. They might seem detached, unenthusiastic, or lacking in energy. Let's say you plan a date night, and your partner seems uninterested in the activity or conversation. They might go through the motions, but their lack of enthusiasm is palpable. This indifference can be a sign that they're no longer invested in the relationship or willing to put in effort. Another sign is when someone starts to make excuses or blames you for their lack of interest. They might say they're busy, stressed, or overwhelmed, but in reality, they're just not interested in putting in the effort. For example, your partner might constantly cancel plans or postpone conversations, citing work or personal reasons. They might blame you for being too clingy, needy, or demanding, when in reality, they're just avoiding intimacy or connection. When someone starts to show a lack of interest, they might also become more critical or negative. They might focus on your flaws, make sarcastic comments, or belittle your accomplishments. Imagine your partner constantly finding fault in everything you do, from the way you dress to the way you cook. They might make jokes about your appearance or make you feel like you're not good enough. This criticism can be a sign that they're no longer attracted to you or interested in the relationship. Sometimes, people might exhibit a sense of avoidance or evasion. They might avoid conversations, topics, or activities that were once enjoyable to them. They might seem uncomfortable or uneasy when discussing certain subjects. Let's say your partner starts to avoid conversations about the future, their feelings, or your relationship goals. They might change the subject, become defensive, or leave the conversation altogether. This avoidance can be a sign that they're no longer invested in the relationship or willing to confront their feelings. Another sign is when someone starts to prioritize their own needs over the needs of the relationship. They might become more selfish, demanding, or entitled, expecting you to cater to their needs without reciprocating. For instance, your partner might constantly ask for favors, demand attention, or expect you to prioritize their needs over your own. They might become angry or upset if you don't comply, demonstrating a lack of empathy or understanding. When someone starts to lose interest, they might also become more controlling or manipulative. They might try to dictate what you do, who you see, or how you spend your time. Imagine your partner constantly questioning your whereabouts, checking your phone, or accusing you of lying. They might become angry or suspicious if you don't comply with their demands, demonstrating a lack of trust or respect. As we've explored these signs, you might be wondering what they look like in real-life scenarios. Let's take a closer look at some examples. Imagine you're in a relationship, and your partner starts to withdraw from conversations. They become distant, unresponsive, and uninterested in your feelings. You try to initiate conversations, but they respond with short answers or ignore you altogether. Or imagine your partner starts to prioritize their own needs over the needs of the relationship. They become demanding, entitled, and angry when you don't comply with their expectations. They might even try to control your actions, dictating what you can and can't do. These scenarios might seem extreme, but they're common examples of how signs of disinterest can manifest in everyday interactions. So, how do you approach conversations about disinterest with your partner? First, it's essential to approach the conversation with empathy and understanding. Try to understand their perspective and acknowledge their feelings. Use active listening techniques, such as maintaining eye contact, nodding, and paraphrasing what they say. This can help them feel heard and understood, creating a safer space for conversation. It's also crucial to maintain calmness and composure during the conversation. Avoid being confrontational, aggressive, or accusatory, as this can escalate the situation. Express your feelings and concerns in a non-accusatory way, using I statements instead of you statements. This can help your partner understand your perspective without becoming defensive. For example, you might say, "I feel unheard when you don't respond to my messages," instead of "you never respond to my messages, and it's so frustrating." Addressing disinterest in relationships can be challenging, and you might face some obstacles along the way. Your partner might deny their disinterest, become defensive, or even blame you for the issues. Remember that seeking relationship counseling or therapy can be incredibly helpful in navigating these conversations. A professional can provide guidance, support, and strategies for improving communication and addressing disinterest. If you're struggling to recognize signs of disinterest or confronting your partner, take some time for self-reflection. Ask yourself what you want from the relationship, what your needs are, and what you're willing to compromise on. Remember, relationships are a journey of growth and discovery, and it's essential to prioritize your own emotional well-being. If you find that your partner is consistently showing signs of disinterest, it might be time to reevaluate the relationship and prioritize your own needs. In conclusion, recognizing signs of disinterest is crucial for maintaining healthy and fulfilling relationships. By being aware of these signs, you can address underlying issues, strengthen your bond, and create a more loving and supportive environment. Remember to prioritize communication, self-awareness, and emotional intimacy in your relationships. If you're struggling to recognize signs of disinterest or confronting challenges in your relationship, don't hesitate to seek help. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to share your experiences in the comments below. If you want more relationship advice, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And if you're interested in improving communication in relationships, check out our video on effective communication strategies. Until next time, take care, and prioritize your emotional well-being.